If you've ever watched a crypto influencer tweet about a token, seen it pump 50% in an hour, and thought, how am I always so late? You're not late because you're slow. You're late because you're getting the signal after the insider's already positioned. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how that works. What's up? This is Alpha Crypto Edge. I break down crypto market structure so you can stop being exit liquidity and start understanding how this game actually works. Now, I need to be clear up front. This video is not about signals. Signals attract low-quality traders who just want to be told what to buy. This is about understanding market psychology, timing, and structure. If you're looking for someone to hold your hand and guarantee profits, close this video now. But if you're a risk-aware trader who wants to understand why tokens pump when influencers talk about them, and more importantly, when you should actually enter, keep watching. Here's what usually happens. You're scrolling Twitter. A major crypto influencer, someone with 500,000, 700,000 followers, tweets about a token. Within minutes, you check the chart. It's already up 30%. You think, okay, there's still room. You buy in. The price keeps pumping for another 20 to 30 minutes. You're up 15%. You're feeling good. Then suddenly, it dumps. Hard. Within an hour, you're down 20%. Within a day, you're holding bags while everyone else moved on. You've seen this 100 times. And every time you wonder, who made money on that trade? Because it sure wasn't you. Here's the answer. The people who made money weren't the ones buying when you bought. They were the ones who accumulated before the influencer even tweeted. Let me show you how this actually works. Every influencer-driven crypto pump follows the same four-phase cycle. If you understand this structure, you can stop buying during the wrong phase. Phase 1, accumulation. This is the quiet money phase. This is where the influencer and their inner circle are building a position before any public announcement. How do you spot this? Low volume buying over days or weeks, wallet clusters starting to accumulate. And if you're in the right communities, you'll hear thesis-building conversations. This narrative is about to heat up. This team is underrated. Watch this sector. Most retail traders never see this phase. They're not in the rooms where this is being discussed. Phase 2, the signal. This is the public tweet, the YouTube video, the alpha call. This is when you usually find out about it. Here's the key. By the time the signal goes public, phase 1 is already over. The insiders are already positioned. Now they're waiting for phase 3. Phase 3, the pump. This is where retail rushes in. FOMO kicks in. Price goes vertical. Volume explodes. And here's where most people make their mistake. They see a 50% pump and think, I need to get in before it goes higher. But what's actually happening? The phase 1 accumulators are starting to scale out. They're selling small portions to test liquidity. If the volume is strong, if there are enough buyers, they move to phase 4. Phase 4, distribution. This is where the insiders who bought in phase 1 are selling their full bags to you. The influencer might stop talking about the token. The thesis goes quiet. Price starts to crack. And retail, the people who bought in phase 3, are left holding. This isn't a conspiracy. This is market structure. It happens in stocks, Forex, and especially crypto, where influencers have massive market-moving power. So how do you get into phase 1 instead of phase 3? The answer is proximity. You need to be close to the source. Not just following on Twitter close, I mean in the same community, in the same Discord, on the same live calls. Because here's the thing, influencers don't just randomly tweet about tokens. They're talking about what they're watching. They're sharing charts. They're building the thesis. If you're in their community, you're hearing this before it becomes a public signal. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I get that kind of access? There are two ways. Option 1, you spend months building relationships, following wallet movements on-chain, tracking multiple influencers, cross-referencing their activity. It's 100% possible, but it's slow and mistakes are expensive. Option 2, you pay for proximity to a tier 1 influencer who's already moving markets and running a community where they share their thesis-building process in real time. I'll talk more about option 2 in a minute, but first, Let me show you how to identify which influencers are actually worth paying attention to. Not all crypto influencers are the same. I use a 3-tier system. Tier 3, less than 50,000 followers or anyone doing paid promotions for random tokens. Avoid these completely. Your exit liquidity. Tier 2, 50,000 to 700,000 followers. Emerging alpha, high engagement. These can be useful for early narrative detection, but you need to verify everything they say. Tier 1, 700K plus followers. Proven track record. Documented market moving power. When these influencers talk about a token, the market reacts. That's not hype, that's measurable influence. If you're going to pay for proximity, it should only be to a Tier 1 influencer. Everyone else is noise. All right, I've broken down the 4-phase cycle and the tier system. But there's a lot more to understanding crypto market structure. How to read volume patterns. How to identify accumulation zones. How to manage risk on volatile plays. I've put together a complete guide called the Crypto Influencer Market Playbook. It's free. It covers everything I just talked about in more detail, plus a breakdown of how to spot distribution before you buy, and a case study on how Tier 1 influencer networks actually operate. If you want the full playbook, just go to the link in the description. Drop your email, and I'll send it to you immediately. This isn't some basic intro to crypto guide. This is for traders who already understand the game and want to sharpen their edge. Link is in the description. Go grab it. It's free. And one more thing. In the playbook, I break down the one community I'm actually part of. The only Tier 1 influencer run group I recommend for getting real proximity. It's not for everyone. It's high risk, and it's definitely not for beginners. But if you're serious about getting closer to the source instead of just chasing signals, I explain why it's worth it in the guide. Again, link is in the description. Go check it out. All right, that's the 4-phase influencer pump cycle. If you got value from this breakdown, hit the like button so more people see this. Subscribe if you want more no BS crypto market structure content. No hype, no signals, just education. And seriously, go grab that free playbook. It's the most comprehensive breakdown I've put together on how this market actually works. I'll see you in the next one.